Pre-bacon.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's happening, PricePlow Nation? My name is Mike Roberto, and I'm the founder of PricePlow. And yes, today is game day. It's Saturday, November 24th of 2018, and I just finished up a 43-hour fast. Well, technically, I'm still fasting, and my ketones are at 1.2. My blood sugar is at 75. And now we are finally in ketosis. It took me 43 hours to go from Thanksgiving meal, low carb, paleo-ish, to true over 1.0 ketosis. With the 1.0 millimole per liters and all that. So the thing we're going to do is that eventually we like to do a lot of supplement reviews and all sorts of cool stuff on this channel. I want to get a little more fat adapted before I do that. But now we got to do the most cliche thing ever, and that means eating bacon. So I am at 1.2 and 75. And normally with my past fat test, typically I've gone for 15 grams of fat, because that's like basically a tablespoon of coconut oil, and I showed how that spiked ketones. Well, what's going to happen if I have 15 grams worth of fat in bacon? And that's really 3 big slices of the Kirkland Signature Costco brand that I like to buy. And that's also going to provide 15 grams of protein, no carbs. So let's go cook it up and eat it, and then check in 45 minutes later to see where I'm at. I have been on this longer fast for, you can click back to see the video, but in general I have been craving more of the savory, more of the salty stuff. So I did supplement a little bit of low salt, which has potassium and sodium. I have not been craving sweets or anything like that, and my caffeine consumption has been down. That's something I got to mention in the other video. And anyway, let's go cook and let's see what happens 45 minutes later. I'm hungry. Okay, I want to say one more thing on this whole fasting thing. Water fast for 43 hours. My caffeine requirements have been so low. Normally I'd really be wanting more caffeine. I had a 200 milligram tablet today, and I'm not craving my second dose. I'm telling you right now, this whole caffeine thing, we have to explore this further, but everyone in this whole country has been drinking more Starbucks. They kind of started it, then the energy drinks, and caffeine consumption, pre-workouts, fat burners, everything. Caffeine consumption is way on the rise, and honestly, I think it's to mask everyone's crappy blood sugar roller coasters. We need to make a separate video talking about that. Also, I mentioned that to Jill, and she likes to blame everything on sleep apnea, which is another thing. Sleep quality has been deteriorating. A lot of people are, of course, using caffeine to replace that. But for me, I clearly use caffeine to overcome the blood sugar spikes that I deal with, and hopefully a lot of that's going to be gone because I'm going to be managing things better with keto. Anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next video because it's bacon time. Okay, so this is the bacon we're looking at here. The Kirkland thick sliced center cut hickory smoked bacon. I love this stuff. You can see how thick those slices are. Okay, but the way they do it is that the macros are 5 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein, for a 13 gram slice after it's been pan fried. So we're gonna pan fry it and then weigh out 13 grams of stuff, and I guess not use all the oil, but we can mess with the oil a little bit later if we need to. But I like to keep them pretty oily. So anyway, we do have a food scale, and I got 3 slices ready to go that will eventually weigh out the actual 13 grams per slice. So we're looking for 39 grams total. Oh yeah. A little bit more and we are good to go. Boom. All right, let's look for 39 grams on the food scale. All right, 1 slice is 17. Jeez, they way overestimate. All right, we'll just get a little bit more and then we'll be ready to go. There it is. All right, you get to watch me eat. 43 hours of fasting. I had to get this. So 2 slices was 37 grams. They're saying 3 slices would be 39 grams. Not much. So I had to add this little extra piece here. And so, see, I like my bacon mostly limp, not stiff. Yes, sir. 43 hours of fasting. Hopefully Brad is tuning down on the chewing, or maybe we're just not going to put this in the video, but that was so good. This isn't going to be enough, but for the sake of experimentation, we will stick at the 39 gram amount to get us our 15 grams of fat and protein. That was just so good. I love this bacon. Now you can spice this up. This is really just like plain bacon, no extra weird stuff, no spices or nothing. Although I do like to spice it myself. There's HEB bacon out here that's got a jalapeno on it. It is so good. It stinks up the whole house. Really good. Woo! Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna wait 45 minutes, so I gotta check my time, and then check ketones again. I'm guessing there's gonna be a blood sugar spike. There's gotta be, there's protein there, but at least a little bit. But what if it hasn't happened to ketones? Is the saturated fat's gonna get turned into more ketones, or is their blood sugar spike gonna be so much that I stop producing ketones? What's gonna happen? I'm gonna go back and watch this game, and then we will be back to, we'll be back in 45 minutes. See you then. All right, it's been 45 minutes. We are back. Let's see where I was compared to the 75 after my fast. So bacon after a long fast. Brad, the video editor, asked, we were chatting on WhatsApp, and he's like, doesn't that hurt your stomach? And honestly, no. I feel great, and I feel like I need more bacon. That 2 measly slices of bacon, 39 grams, nothing. Did get my blood sugar spike though, 95. So am I at 1.2 or nearby? I want to be at 1.2. I want to be at, ideally 1.3. But what we really don't want is a huge tanking, because I'm going to try to make a bacon and eggs breakfast. So here's what's really been happening. The thing that's driving this is that I would go into a 16-hour, 18-hour fast, whatever it would be, and then I would get so excited to eat, I would make this big, huge bacon and eggs breakfast. And I think I had too much protein in those because I was having a crash afterwards. So small dip. And so there we have it. I think that's a good amount of bacon to eat. I'm fine with a small dip. I mean, it could be things just rounding errors. It's not a huge deal. What I'm thinking, and we're going to do this one more time tomorrow, but what I'm thinking is that the 3 or 4 slices of bacon I was having on top of 3 or 4 eggs was too much protein, and I was spilling over. So part of this experiment is finding out where do I spill over into gluconeogenesis and try to get my protein before that, or add in a glucose disposal agent. I have Adapt Biotic Break Nutrition over here. I have IC5 by BioTrust over here from Sean Wells with some berberine in it. So if I can add that to the protein, maybe I can sneak in a little more protein without having to spill over into gluconeogenesis. So that's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to find out where I can go with protein. So this actually isn't just a quirky video. This is actually me trying to figure out something and see how far I can push my body's like keto limits while staying in ketosis, if that makes any sense. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to figure it out tomorrow, but I think what I just learned right now is that this bacon I eat is it's not dosed the same as they say on the label, and I think I've been kind of underestimating how much there's really there, and so you got to use a food scale. And looking at the label, it's not the weight of the bacon before cooking it, it's the bacon after pan frying it. And that changes things a little bit too. So if you're a maniac about it, which I need to be with these experiments, you got to use the food scale. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, this is another 39 grams of bacon. We'll speed through me eating it. And it was about a slice and a half. They're saying 3 slices, pan fried. It really is a slice and a half. Maybe they mean you should pat it, but I ain't gonna do that because I waste fat. Either way, another demonstration that not just looking at labels, but food scale is very important, because basically like these bacon slices are twice as heavy as they claim to be. Shelf looks level. So if I'm a little bit lower energy in this video, it's because I admittedly am crashing a little bit, need a little caffeine, but didn't want to do that before the review here. And I've been waking up pretty early, 5 a.m. Look at that stripping here. All right, last couple bites. You got to wipe up the extra fat with your last piece or two of bacon. You get as much as possible. And let's be honest, off camera, I'm licking this plate. All right, timer is set for 45 minutes right now. We'll see you then. 45 minutes in, feeling good, feeling bacon good. Is my blood sugar still in the 70s? Probably not. I'm thinking 80s. 91, dang. Just a little bit of protein seems to spike me pretty hard. That is something I got to work on. I also I did train yesterday, 800 calories worth on the, that's kind of how I measure my training time and intensity, 800 calories worth on my heart rate monitor. But I'm thinking I'm going to need to keep training harder, or maybe even bump that number up if I want to really get this protein pulled into my muscles. Ketones 0.6? Oh, 0.7, all right. So we are either, the fastest kind of continuum, but I'd say the fastest broken at this point. What I think we're learning here is that I don't think bacon is that counterproductive, at least as you're getting more fat adapted. In general, I think the lesson learned here is to use a food scale, because these slices of bacon were way bigger than advertised, and it's tough. Any type of meat product, really anything. I think just using a food scale is important if you're a maniac about knowing every single thing. And now I don't know if everyone needs to do that, especially if you're not dieting down for a contest, or you're not training for some sort of competition or a wrestler, but it's good to know, and it's good to every now and then get into a phase of just measuring everything, because you start realizing, oh, those extra calories have been adding up, and that's slowing things down. And every now and then we all need an occasional recheck on our eyeballing, if you have been eyeballing it because you're not like obese or anything. But yeah, I think if you want to get every ounce of things out, even though I don't fully believe in a calorie is just a calorie, I do still believe in calories and weighing food and having some sort of, at least some sort of standard. And so, hey, that's our standard. That's what we've been given in a way. So we got to go with it. So you got to weigh your food, and bacon especially, or meat especially, after cooking it, it does not necessarily render down as much as they said. So maybe that was part of it as well. They're like cooking it crispy. I'm not cooking it as crispy, so I still have a lot more of the fat in there, which is fine, but you gotta weigh the cooked food. Anyway, so bacon, of course, as expected, as I roll back into ketosis and get there slowly but surely, I wanna get to the 1.0 level personally. Bacon, of course, is keto friendly. The lesson learned is that the protein, though, if you have way meaty slices and aren't weighing it, the protein might be more than you bargained for, especially when you're eating it alongside eggs. So we're going to build this perfect breakfast, and it's going to involve a food scale. Mike Roberto with PricePlow. Sign up, because we're going to have some cool keto supplement reviews, so you can subscribe to the channel, and we'll learn about those as I need a little bit of assistance, but my ketones a little bit higher for my training as I get more fat adapted. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Welcome to PricePlow.
Tracking my calories on my FitnessPal. We will be showing all of that real soon. That's what's going to be the contest and getting everyone involved here in the community. If you like, we're going to be tracking calories together with penalties involved if you miss your goals. All right, so where's my ketones? We want to be at 1.0 for these tests anymore, but really 0.8 is my most acceptable number. Pre-bacon.